The Philadelphia Eagles experienced a pretty remarkable turnaround in 2024. They transformed from being a struggling team to a formidable contender. At the start of the year, the Eagles were reeling from a disastrous end to their previous season, having lost 6 of their last 7 games and suffering a blowout playoff loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The team also faced the retirement of 2 franchise icons, Kelce and Fletcher Cox, adding to the challenges they needed to overcome. However, as the year progressed, the Eagles really showed their resilience and ability to adapt. By the point we are at now, they now have an impressive 13-3 record. They clinched the NFC East Division title and positioned themselves as strong contenders for the Super Bowl. And this dramatic improvement was the result of so many different things, all from the coaching to Saquon Barkley having an MVP caliber season. I want to talk all about it, as well as the major boost this team could be getting as they head into the postseason. But before I do get into everything, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 40,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. So first things first, I think all of Philly might owe Nick Sirianni an apology. I know the beginning of the season did not go as planned, but I think we all saw the videos where fans were going at him, so bad to the point where he had to talk back. And we all remember the popcorn incident from the playoffs. That was just outrageous. I'm not blaming every fan for this. Obviously, it was just a select few people, but all I'm gonna say is that if you are on that side, stay on that side. And as for the title of this video, with me saying the Eagles are going all in for a Super Bowl, the coaching staff and Saquon Barkley have agreed that for week 18, it is best for him to rest. I was definitely curious to see which direction they would go, but Barkley chose what's best for the team over personal accolades. And now that we are finally in 2025, this is a great chance for the Eagles to reflect on what they've done this season and how they have turned things around, but it's also great to look at the ultimate goal and what is in front of them, because every year there are only a few teams that truly are contenders, and they are one of them. I thought the Eagles really used the schedule to their advantage, and although they missed on a round 1 bye, everyone gets to rest in week 18. It's pretty obvious what the Eagles' focus is the rest of the season. It's staying healthy and staying ready for when things really matter. It's all about the big picture for Nick Sirianni. Besides Barkley, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert, who just came off the injury reserve, are among the big names expected to sit out. On defense, it's likely we won't see players like Darius Slay, James Bradberry, or Jalen Carter. Personally, I don't even think it's a debate. Resting everyone was absolutely the right call. The biggest risk would be losing a star player to injury in a largely meaningless regular season finale. It just wouldn't make sense. The Eagles were kind of saddled with that early week 5 bye, which can be a blessing or a curse. While it helped them recalibrate and start strong in October, it left them with a grueling stretch of 13 consecutive games to close out the season. One concern I do kind of have is Jalen Hurts, only because it's been a few weeks since he has played a meaningful football game. Hopefully the layoff won't make him rusty when he sees the field again on the big stage, but I think he will be just fine because he's going to be healthy. He's going to be rejuvenated, and the Eagles' play style won't make him have to be a hero. If they get Barkley involved early, that will naturally open up the offense without him having to do anything too crazy early. And then the big question surrounding the entire team is, who will they end up playing in round 1? Will it be Green Bay or will it be Washington? Or does it even matter? So many people are saying to not be scared of either of those teams. Obviously the Eagles have more talent than both, but don't overlook Green Bay. I think they have more experience, but Jordan Love has had a lot of setbacks this year, and then Daniels obviously is inexperienced, and the ball has rolled his way so many times this season. I think their record kind of overstates what kind of team they are. I think Washington is a year or 2 away from being a real threat, but no matter who the opponent is, Nick Sirianni is gonna have these guys focused. I'm not saying to be cocky, but the Eagles should feel pretty confident. Once a team starts entertaining the idea or notion of being scared, it's a losing mentality. Instead, a champion's mindset, which the Eagles have claimed since they first hired Sirianni, involves fearless determination, especially when you know you have the better roster and also home field advantage on top of that. And to switch over and talk a little bit about the defense, the turnover differential is definitely something to emphasize. The defense has forced multiple turnovers in recent outings, especially in that big victory over Washington, where they created 5 turnovers with Darius Slay and James Bradberry in the secondary, plus the up-and-coming superstar in Jalen Carter on the defensive line. The defense is built to create havoc in the postseason, and Sirianni's approach going into the playoffs this year will be way different than years past because the team's position was far less secure over the past few seasons. This year, they can tailor everything around giving key stars the mental and physical break they need. He doesn't want anyone to feel like they have to be a hero, as I've said so many times, and that should make them all much more relaxed. I really feel like like the sting of how last year ended could be all the motivation this team needs to change the narrative. Jalen Hurts really has been through it all the way back to when he lost in the Super Bowl. Rarely does somebody of his caliber continually get chances and never capitalize. I feel like very soon, whether it's now or over the next few years, Hurts is gonna make another run. And as I mentioned in the playoffs, he will be getting another weapon in Dallas Goedert, and Sirianni had nothing but great things to say about him. It'll be super important to have him back. He's a great football player that has helped this football team win a lot of football games. So really excited for the possibility of getting him back. Like I said, we'll see when that happens, but it's just good to get him back on the field and get him practicing again. Seeing him out there, because he's a presence for our offense, he said. Anyways, besides all that, last week the Eagles completely dominated the struggling Dallas Cowboys. That is how they got to this point where they can rest everyone and focus on the playoffs. Dropping 41 on a team with Kenny Pickett under center is very impressive, to say the least. And that's not a shot at Kenny, but obviously he is not a top tier quarterback. He's fallen to a backup for a reason, and it really just highlights the weapons this team has all over the field. Here is what Nick Sirianni and some of the players had to say after that game.
Yeah, it's taken a lot of people to win 14 games. There's been a lot of contributions from a lot of different people. You know, had some bumps and bruises along the way, and a lot of guys have stepped in and played. You know, when you win 14 games, it takes everybody, and you know, Fred coming in and playing a lot of plays, and excuse me, Isaiah and Grant Calcaterra and Orrin Burks, and so and then being able to go out and do Kenny Pickett, and then going out and doing what we did today with the guys that went out there and played. So good depth, unbelievable job by Howie and his staff to get the depth in here. Unbelievable job by the coaches to develop those players, and unbelievable job by the players.
Looking internally, I just feel like I showed I have confidence in myself to go out and, you know, operate, run the offense. Yeah, just I feel like for me it just showed that my preparation's been it's been working, I guess. Like my preparation has, you know, helped me just get to, you know, how the offense was run today. And obviously there's a ton of things that we can change. We're going to go back and watch film, and there's a lot of things that, you know, different checks or, you know, progression or something that I did wrong. So obviously for me, it was a growing opportunity, which was great. So I'm happy to kind of get my feet wet a little bit. Obviously with my first start, and just, you know, grow, watch the film, and learn from the experience.
That's really all I have to say for this video. The playoffs are definitely going to be super interesting to watch. Philly, when healthy, is one of my dark horse contenders, but it's going to be up to Barkley, it's going to be up to AJ Brown, it's going to be up to Smith to get it done. And then who will be the guy that comes out of nowhere to make a difference? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because that would truly mean the world. And also, let me know what you would like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.